Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the program. Welcome to Strategy Rewind, where we focus on the mindset and strategies needed for a breakthrough moment. I'm excited for today's conversation as I'm sitting here with Risa. Risa, thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited about this too.
Yes, ma'am. For those who are not familiar with the work you're doing, let them know about yourself.
Okay, I call myself the Dragon Whisperer. And that means I'm a mindset coach for CEOs and founders, for any kind of entrepreneur. And I call myself the Dragon Whisperer because the dragon refers to your emotional brain. But you don't want to kill that thing. You want to tame it and train it and then fly it like that woman in Game of Thrones. That's how I want people to think about their emotions, that you can really leverage your emotions to help you in your business. That's it in a nutshell.
So, when I think about the idea of the dragon, what I visualize is, something that is fire breathing, intimidating, maybe even locked up in a dungeon somewhere that's going to require me to take on some type of journey. How much of that ties into what we're talking about here with refined mindset?
Yeah, it's like, okay, and remember what the dragon is guarding, all the gold. So you want to get to the gold, but you are right. It is fiery. It is like, you have to tame it. And the reason why I'm saying that is, can I get into the brain science now? But stop me if I go overboard because this is my favorite topic. Okay. So you have two almond-shaped little things in your brain, the amygdalas. And they are telling you the fight, flight, or freeze, or even the fawn, with the people pleasing thing, those 4 Fs. That's what your amygdala does. It wants you, it's not looking for you to thrive, it's looking for you to survive. So it's like scanning everything, the environment all the time. Danger, danger, don't do that, because it wants to keep you alive. And that is almost like, listen, it's a vast oversimplification, but it's a useful one, so that then we can work with it, because human brains are complicated. But now if you think of that, of the amygdala, and it's putting you into this, like you froze, or you are so afraid to move, you are paralyzed, or you just want to fight that thing. You want to conquer it, you want to tame it. So it's like almost becoming friends with your own feelings.
Interesting. Yeah, I think oftentimes we look at our feelings as maybe a hurdle that we need to go over. One of the things I tell my daughters all the time is that, feelings are neither good nor bad. What's good or bad is the actions you take with those feelings. And
you are one amazing dad.
Thank you.
Teaching that to them when they're young. Good.
Of course, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as an individual who is even just trying to put themselves out there in one way or another, feelings really tie into this a lot. We talk about fire breathing. Oftentimes it looks like our feelings are trying to flame us. So how do we navigate this of trying to maintain a vision, but still manage our emotions?
Okay, so the first thing is to realize how emotions are formed. So you are in the world, and especially for humans, it's light waves and sound waves that hit your eyes and your ears. But actually, it's just data. It's meaningless. So your brain has to interpret that, tell yourself a story about what you're seeing and what you're hearing. And only after you've told yourself a story do you create the sensation in your body. That is a feeling. And it's important. I know it can feel very, what I'm saying now is, no, Risa, this is not true. Feelings in and of themselves are not harmful. It can be very uncomfortable. Something, for instance, like intense fear when you are in a real dangerous situation. Yes, it can feel that it's coming over me. It's like, this is overwhelming. But if you can look at your feeling from the outside, it's almost like you are in a conversation with that funny guy with the ears, Mr. Spock.
From Star Trek, yes.
Yeah, he couldn't feel feelings. If you were to explain the sensation you have in your body, because you see, Miguel, what's happening, the amygdalas, they don't think in language. It's not accessible to them. They only think in pictures and emotions. And the minute that you give that thing that you're feeling a name, you are engaging your prefrontal. And now you have some space around that very overwhelming feeling once you've named it. It's as simple as that. So I'm always telling people, don't fight the emotion, don't resist it, engage with it. It's like go towards the dragon, make friends with it, see if you can to talk to it. What is this I'm feeling? And always reminding yourself that it's so uncomfortable, but it really can't overwhelm you.
So we're talking about, so we're saying here that the dragon needs to be something that we embrace, right? We need to tame that dragon. And for some individuals, that dragon, that mindset, that emotion, those doubts, those fears, those trepidations, right? They've been battling this for quite some time, Risa.
Me too. I know. It feels so. But okay, there's a flip side to this as well. But let's talk about the negative thing. But I just wanted to address the positive thing as well. Remember, I said to tame your dragon and then to train it and then to fly it. Because if the negative feelings are created by your own thoughts, you can create positive feelings intentionally. You can create the feelings that will keep you in this game, that will keep you get up and try again, even though that post, no one commented on that post, and you were so afraid to push the publish button anyway. You know, that kind. If you can motivate yourself. So it's really what I'm always saying is just close your eyes and feel the feeling and give it a name. Oh, that name thing is to name it is to tame it. You give it a name. What is this feeling I'm feeling? For instance, it's fear. And many of our feelings we feel in our gut. And I've seen a heat map the other day where they did the research. It's individually, you know, everybody experiences it in their unique way, but there's like some general trends. So dread or what did you say? Trepidation, right? It's like that feeling. It's mostly in your gut. So it's like, okay, it's this jiggly feeling that I'm having in my gut. What do I call it? Oh, I call this fear. And then talk to it and say, I see you. I'm willing to feel you. You can't even really overwhelm me or overtake me. I was built, I was designed to be able to experience you. You are telling me something important about what's going on in my world. That's okay. I'm willing to see you. And the minute you do that, it's like you lower it down. What I'm always saying is you talk those amygdalas, those little amens, you talk them off the ledge.
I like what you said about once you name it, then you can tame it.
Yes.
And I really, really love that part. And there's a level of self-awareness that is required with all of this. Which is interesting because as we are talking about entrepreneurs, leaders, individuals who want to have an impact, there's a level of self-awareness that they already possess, which is that they know they have the potential to impact the world.
Exactly. So it's like really leaning into that possibility, into that potential. But you said a very important thing earlier. It's like the feelings, they drive the actions. So if you are an entrepreneur, it's like if you can design the feelings. What's the feelings I want to write this post with? And okay, now ask yourself, what do I need to think so that I feel this way and write this post, you know, and whatever. I'm very much into writing posting. So perhaps I'm using that as an example. But whatever, you know, make the sales call, make the offer, whatever it is that you have to do. So it's, what is it that you're feeling? If it's possibility, if that's a feeling, yes. Okay. It's even like openness. I feel expansive. And now I'm willing to reach out to someone. And what do I need to tell myself? Like you said, that's a very powerful thought. I wouldn't have been on this journey if I don't believe that it's possible for me. I was called to do this. And just like reminding yourself, immediately you will drop into a more positive feeling. But don't try to suppress the negative one. You have to kind of deal with that one first before you can create a new positive feeling for yourself, a more empowering one.
Yeah, Risa, at the beginning of the year, most individuals will either set a goal or what we call a New Year's resolution, or they will set one word. And this one word anchors everything they do for the rest of the year. In this idea here of New Year's resolution or one word, where do you lie?
I think it's a good idea. It's always a good idea to have a goal. Then you know what you're aiming for. I haven't chosen a word yet. I've seen other people do it, and I'm kind of fascinated by it because it's a good guiding principle. It's like bringing you back to, but this is what I'm working on this year. I think it could work well. But don't use it to beat yourself up with. Use it really. I'm not expansive anymore, that I told myself, or self-aware. It's just coming back because at some point you were that. So I'm very much into not negative self-talk. Don't never beat yourself up. It's useless. Don't do that.
So you're somewhere in between. You said you like the idea of the one word, although you haven't executed on it yet. But here's my question, Risa. If you were to set up one word that would encompass all of your life's work, what would that one word be?
Oh, that is a very hard question. Are you going to give me some time to think about this? Okay. When I'm thinking about what I see I see my role in the world. Like I said, perhaps you can help me find a word. It's to help people unburden their hearts. So talk about their emotions so that they can get access to the best part of their brain, that goal that I talk about. So yeah, and so that they can actually access their own inner wisdom. So if I would have to choose a word, it's almost like activator or something like that.
I like that. That's a good word. Risa, for those who are connected and want to get connected with you, how could they do so?
Okay, so I'm very active on LinkedIn. So if they can connect there, that's great. It's like under my own name, I'm there. But they can also go to my website, risa4coaching.com, and it's risa4coaching.com. And the best way to actually understand what I'm doing and see if you like working with me would be to set up, it's an hour-long free discovery call. And then, I can get to know you better, you can get to know me better, and I could really diagnose for you, what are the things, what's in the way? How do you get in your own way, and how can you overcome that by coaching, or just like giving you some free tools to get you going.
Awesome. Risa, thank you so much for being part of the program.
It was a big privilege. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.